Everybody, this is Mike from the One Stop Co-op Shop, and we're back with another crowdfunding preview. This is Wreckland Run, the third game in Renegade's solo series. I previously covered Proving Grounds, the first one, a real-time dice placement game, and one of my absolute favorite solo games, Warp's Edge. And now we've got Wreckland Run, which is sort of a Mad Max-ish post-apocalyptic road race survival game with dice placement. A lot of fun. I'm going to go through an overview of play and then play through the entire first scenario, and then I'll have my thoughts on the game at the end, so you can jump to that with the timestamps if you like. And if you enjoy the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos, and at least 2 exclusive videos every month can only be seen on Patreon. You can also check out our streaming channel for even more content, listen to our weekly podcast, tons of good stuff over there, or join the conversation and talk to us directly on Discord. Well, let's see if we can survive the dangerous roads and get through Wreckland Run. So Wreckland Run is sort of a campaign game. You've got these chapters, and this is all prototype stuff, but man, it basically looks like the final product. Each chapter has a sort of storyline to kind of tell who you're facing off against. And each one has its own little envelope that'll unlock new upgrades for your car or your driver, new enemies for you to face, a unique boss, sometimes fully unique elements like other decks of cards you have to deal with. Lots of cool stuff in here. But I'm just going to be showing off the basic first chapter where you're against Big Fossil. And the structure of the game is the same for all the chapters. First, you have the Wreckage Phase in each of one of 3 rounds. That's where you get to repair your ship and also upgrade it. And then you go through the Run Phase where you face off against enemies. This is the number in each of the 4 quadrants on each side of your vehicle. You go through that for round 2. And then in round 3, when you get to the Run Phase, the boss comes out as well. And if you can kill the boss, you win. And the main thing you're focusing on in the game is your vehicle itself. They've got 4 different cars. I'm using the fire-themed one, Hades Chariot. They've also got 4 different drivers. I'm using Cuddles today, who's good at repairing her car. And your car starts out with some pre-printed dice placement kind of part spots on the car. And in this first scenario, you also get a free confetti cannon. That's what you stole from a Big Fossil and why he's chasing you. And these parts have different effects you can activate by putting dice on them. They each have different numbers of dice spots with different values. And you can activate the top effect, which is usually dealing damage by putting a die of at least that value on the spot. So I could put a 4, 5, or 6 here on my Fireball-O-Matic, but not a 1 through 3. But if you exactly match the value of the die space you're getting, then you also get this perfect match bonus down here. So, for example, here with the confetti cannon, if I just put a 5 or 6 here, I would just do a single 1 damage attack. But if I did exactly a 4 here, I get this 2 damage wide area of effect attack that hits every car on the one side of my car. And that's a key concept. Enemies will be in one of these 4 quadrants, and generally speaking, parts can only affect enemies on the side they're placed. If they're in the middle of your car, they can only affect that side, but if they're at the corners, they can affect either of the 2 sides they're next to. So like the confetti cannon, where I've placed it, could affect left of my car and in front of my car right now. But all that is for the Run Phase. First, you get to the Wreckage Phase, where you get to try to upgrade. And you'll have new parts, you'll have a selection of these, and each of them will tell you what type of dice they need. You'll roll 8 dice, and you can spend them to either repair your car or upgrade and install new equipment. So like stay back, I need to discard 3 dice of different values, A, B, and C, whereas Flamethrower needs 3 dice of the exact same value. And you'll have a bunch of these cards, and you can discard any one of them to reroll as many of the 8 dice as you like. Now, the red dice have a penalty when you use them. You roll on this little chart for the boss. And based on what your roll result is, you might have some negative things happen, so it's a little bit of a risk to use the red dice. The white dice are always safe to use. You always have 5 you can definitely use in the Wreckage Phase, and the red ones are a little bit of a risk. And then once you finish repairing and building up your car with the dice, you go to the Run Phase, and you have basically 3 run turns in each full run phase. You roll all the dice that you have remaining, and then you have to pick one of the red dice to activate, and you'll see the enemy cards have 1 or more die values on the right. If you pick a red die that matches a car, then you activate all the cars of that value. So like if I picked a 4 here, I would not only activate Fury of Flames if he was around my car, but also, if we can find one, also Blood and Gas. They would both activate with that 1 die. You can also pick a die that doesn't match any of the car values, but then you have to roll it on this little boss track, and the boss will do something nasty to you instead with that red die. And then you can use up to 3 white dice on each turn after you've done the 1 red die. to activate parts on your car, like we already talked about, and then you go through until you've used all the red dice. If you then have 2 or fewer enemies left alive, then you progress into the next round. If you have 3 or more enemies left alive, then you have to play through a whole nother set of turns with the 3 red dice and everything. And those are the general basics. You'll see all the specifics as we actually get into the game. So let's try out Wreckland Run and start in round 1. So before we get into our first wreckage phase, let's look at what we have on our car. So every car has this center space. That's basically where damage goes if you can't put it on a part, and each part can take as much damage as in the shield value. And if you get 7 in the case of Hades' Chariot, then you blow up and you lose a scenario. But otherwise, I've got a Flame Trail activated with a 5. It'll do 1 area damage, or if I put exactly a 5, 2. So that'll hit a bunch of people behind me. My Fireball-O-Matic can do 3 damage. And this means you can remove a die from one of your parts, because usually you can't activate them in the same run phase since the die is still sitting there, but that would let you activate one of your powerful abilities more than once. And 3 damage is nice to get through enemy shields, as you'll see. My other Flamethrower is also an area attack, only 1 damage, and then it also lets me save a die for a future turn. And it deals +1 damage to anyone who's already damaged if I get exactly a 2 or 3. And then the Confetti Cannon, again, is a special one that I start the scenario with. Does 1 damage or some area damage on a 4. So I'd like to get some more stuff, maybe like down here and down here. I'd like to get some more direct damage. I have tons of area damage, but that won't help much with people with lots of shields. And right now I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, so I might want to get a part that activates on a 6, just to kind of like diversify my options. And let's see what we came into. So we draw, oops, actually 1 too many. We should have drawn 7 cards, that's what the round indicated. And then you've also got 3 unique parts for your car. These are upgrades to the parts that are pre-printed on your car. And to upgrade these, you have to have dice adding up to 15 or 17 or just 4 dice of the same value. But those upgrade a part instead of actually giving me more defense and covering more of the areas around my car, so I don't think I want to do that yet. Ooh, but this one, Double Barreler, 2 or 4 damage, and then on an exact match, I can change the value of one of my other dice up or down 1. I need 4 of a kind to get it. Let's see how my roll comes out. All right. Ooh, okay. Got 2 1s and a 2 and 2 3s, so definitely not 4 of a kind yet. Oh, actually 3 1s. Excellent. Oh, and I should say there's a very important concept, which is scrap. If you defeat an enemy by the exact value, like you kill them exactly, like for this guy I do exactly 6 damage over the course of however many attacks I want to do, or this guy I do exactly 3 damage and he has 1 armor that subtracts 1 from each damage I deal, then I get the card as scrap, and basically it's an extra die of this value I can use to activate one of my parts or to pay to get a part. And the difficulty kind of variant in the game is you can start with 0 scrap for hard mode, 2 scrap for normal, or 4 scrap for easy. So we're doing normal, so I've got a 4 and a 5 to spend. Not going to help me get this 4 of a kind I'd want for my Double Barreler. But what I can do is discard any of these cards that I don't think I want to reroll any number of these dice. So I think, yeah, I think I might discard something and reroll everything except the ones to try to get that 4th one. Let's see, what do I definitely not want? Shot Blaster. That is another area of effect attack. I got so many of those with my flamethrowers and stuff. Let's discard that. Reroll all these non-ones. There we go. There we go. And should I do the reds first? Yeah, let's do the reds and just get them out of the way. So I'm going to do this and buy the... Oh, wait. Did I look at this wrong? That's not even the right one. There it is. Double Barreler. 4 of a kind. I got it with these ones, so the whites just go away. But for the reds, I have to roll each of them on a 1 to 3. They do nothing. On a 4, 5, or 6, they deal 1 or 2 damage to a part of my choice, ignoring any shields it has. On a 6, I have to put a damage card covering up a spot, so until I clear it, I can't build on that spot. Oof. So 1 damage to a part, and then 2 damage to a part. All right, well, let's see. The Confetti Cannon has 6, so that can take the 2. Could take the 1 as well. It's not that hard to clear a bunch of damage from one thing. You can do it during the wreckage phase on a, kind of like activating on a die higher, so like a 5 or a 6, I would take away 2 damage. If I had an exact 4, I would take away all the damage. So I could even just put like a ton of damage on this and then plan to use a 4 in a second. Yeah, let's try that out. Where's this Double Barreler going? In this run phase, I'm going to have 2 people on the left and 2 on the bottom, so let's have it in the highest impact area. Although you'll notice it's a little bit faint on this one, but there's kind of like a red border at the top here. If that's on the top edge of my car, it lets me ram better. During the run phase, you can use any die value in this ram area, and lets you deal damage equal to, you just pick one of the 4 sides, you deal damage equal to the red borders, like I have 1 on Flame Trail here. And then you can move all the cards on that side to any of the adjacent sides in whichever order you want, which can set them up for another attack and stuff. But this is not a really ramming car. This is a burn them to death kind of car. All right, now I've got 1, 3, 2, and 6. Anything else I want? Ooh, time out. 1 to 3 damage. Again, very good to get through tough shields and stuff. And if I get exactly a 3 or a 4 when I activate it, I get to repair 2 damage. And my character already repairs, Cuddles. She's very cuddly with her repairing. So that would be great. Although again, that needs 4 of a kind. The concussion dealer also can do 1 wide damage or 3 single target damage. Lets me reroll a die, but it's only 3 of a kind instead of 4 of a kind. Or I can just blow up the explosive pole to do up to 8 damage to 1 target. That seems like a losing proposition. My 4 and 5 don't match anything I have here. All right, so let's discard everything except the timeout and the concussion dealer, and just do it one at a time and see if we can get some multiples of a kind. So I'm just gonna reroll all 4 of these. Maybe hope I get like a 4 or a 5 there. Okay. I got 2 1s. Hey, I mean it's something. Okay, so we'll discard the finisher and try for more 1s. No. Okay, so now I've got a 4 and I've got a 6. I feel like I'm gonna leave myself in a bad way here. I could just get that explosive pole. I mean, that is 2 damage, although that's a lot of things that activate on a 4. The 3s here would be a little bit more flexible for me. Okay. I think I'm gonna actually get rid of the 1s and keep the 4, because at least if I get some high values, I can try to do something like the Hades Chariot that needs 15 or more total for my dice. Oh, I got another 4 and 2 3s. So I could currently buy the concussion dealer if I discard this scrap. Okay, so I'm going to discard timeout to reroll these last 2, go for 1 more 4, so I don't have to waste the scrap. Nah, that's not it. So choice, I could do 4, 4, 4 to get this, or I could do 6, 10, 14, 15 to get the Hades Chariot, or I just remembered my confetti cannon, which has a 4 on it as damage. I could spend a 4 to repair that. So what does this do? It makes my little flamethrower do 2 area damage instead of 1, and then deals +1 damage still to each person with at least 1 damage. It gives it 1 more life. Oh, and gives it some ramming on both sides, but it's not amazing. So this would really help me do a lot more damage. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna do the concussion dealer. Gonna scrap this card plus 2 other 4s to get that in there. And let's go for maximum flexibility and put it right there. Then I have a 1 and a 6 left. Let's ignore the 1, not have to roll on the enemy table again. And remember, if I put a repair die that is higher than the value of the die on the card, I get to repair 2 of the damage. So we'll just have 1 out of 6 on the confetti cannon going into the run. Not too dangerous. And speaking of the run phase, we're going into it. We're going to have 1 enemy to the top, 1 to the right, 2 to the bottom, 2 to the left. So here they come after our blood and our oil. Okay. I know, and look, Squealer says add a new enemy to the rear section. Sometimes the special abilities spawn even more. So my rear is crowded. And let's zoom in on a few of these enemies again to kind of talk through some things. So again, these numbers are how they activate with the red dice I'm about to roll. And like if I picked a 2, everyone with a 2 would activate. This is what they do when they activate. So this guy would shoot me twice for 2 damage each time. Would have to be different targets. This guy would just shoot me once for 4 damage. I can pick any of the cards on this side. If none of them are left, then it's going to go into my core to destroy me. This is how much life they have, and they sometimes have special abilities. This guy, if you don't exactly kill him with 6 damage, and it doesn't have to, again, be all at once. I could do like a 2 damage hit here, and then a 3 damage hit here, and then a 1 damage hit. Then he hits you back with an explosion. And this guy has 1 armor, so every time I attack him, he's going to subtract 1 from it. And I think those are all of the special abilities we have right now. So let's get into our first run phase. We've got a 6, a 5, and a 2 to choose from. There is 1 guy with a 6 who would do a single 3 damage attack. That's not terrible. No 5, so that would activate the boss. And 2s would, be 8 damage total. We're not doing that. So let's go for the 6 guy, I guess. And when you activate them, they not only attack, but they also drive around you 1 space clockwise. So now that guy's going to be over there. And we'll take the damage on my confetti cannon. Again, it's pretty quick to repair a single card. So I like to kind of put the damage up to, but not over the almost max I can handle. So like if I can get 1 more damage on that, that'd be beautiful. And now I can activate up to 3 dice. A 1 or 2 will pretty much never match apart. Like this one having a 2 is very rare. But you can use them, I know it's very small, to either reroll 1 other die or add plus or minus 1 to another die, or to keep a die for next turn. That could be a red or a white. But yeah, the main things I'm looking at right now are these 5s and 4s. The reds I can't use this time, unlike the Wreckage Phase. And can I kill some people, especially people that are like doubled up? Like, could I take out 1 of these guys? Here, to zoom in a bit, if I did a 5 for Flame Trail, I'd do 2 to 2 for Pain, 2 to Fire Forever, and 1 to Eat My Dust after his armor. And then I could do double barreler to do the other 4 to exactly defeat 2-4 pain. Since I exactly defeated him, I wouldn't fire off his bomb, and I would get him as a wreckage or a scrap for me to be a 2 die later on if I wanted it. So I think I like all of that, so let's make it happen. Okay, so Flame Trail first, 2, 2, 1, and then double barreler. I'll pick the 4 damage option. Boom, get this guy a scrap. Oh, and because I exactly did it, I can raise or lower a die by 1. And yeah, I think I will lower this to a 4. The reason being, I think I might want to kill another one of these guys. So I've got 2 and 5 in my scrap. I'm going to use the 5 to fire off my double barrel again. Doesn't count as one of my 3 white dice used for this turn, and it also doesn't fill the spot. That's the great, amazing thing about scrap. So it just gets discarded. But I'll go ahead and shoot 4 damage at one of these blood and gas enemies. And then I'll use the 4 here on our friendly confetti cannon. I can resolve these in whatever order I want. 2 area of effect damage to everybody, and then 1 regular shot. I'll do the regular shot to finish off blood and gas, so I do get him as scrap. And then 2 damage area of effect on the other blood and gas. Get him a little bit closer to death. All right, felt pretty good about that. Let's roll him again. All right, we have to use another red die first. We got a 2 or a 6. So, okay, if I do the 2... God, this guy's doing 4 damage. I mean, he's still pretty tough. My double barreler is the only one that can even survive at that. Alternatively, I could use the 6 to activate the squealer again. That's only 3 damage. Yeah, it seems like the way to go. And everything has 4. Kind of least enamored with my little flamethrower, so we'll go there. Now I've got a 2 and a 5, plus 4 and 2 with my scrap. And don't forget, I can activate something with a higher die, so I could do the Fireball O-Matic to do 3 damage to somebody. I just wouldn't get the removing a die from a part benefit for the exact 4 match. But yeah, that actually gives me an idea. Let's use the blood and gas I got to use this 4. Shoot him for 3, because he has no armor, so that feels better. And then because it was exact 4, I can remove a die. Should I get double barreler back or flame trail back? Maybe flame trail. I have a lot of enemies down below me. So I don't get the die back to use in the round. It just comes off of the placement spot. And then I'll go ahead and use the 5, and I don't get the removal, but I do get to do the 3 damage. That's an exact kill on Fury of Flames. Get another 4 back. So I spent a 4 to get a 4. And yeah, that 2 is not doing much for me, so let's just roll these. Okay, a 4... means I have to activate the single blood and gas. He's doing 3 damage to me. That would kill the confetti cannon, so I guess we're putting it on the double barreler. Oh, I forgot. The squealer should have driven around to my bottom, right? Now this guy's going to the top. So to give you the kind of wider picture here, I've only got a 4 left. I could activate my flamethrower by overpaying. Oh, I could do the concussion dealer using a 4 instead of a 3 to deal 3 damage to somebody. Ooh, that would kill off fire forever. That seems like definitely a good idea. Although, alternatively, you can repair. If you get an exact match, you take off 2 damage during the run instead of fully healing it. And if you get an overmatch, then you take off 1 damage. But Cuddle says after I assign all the white dice, I'm going to repair 2 damage anyway. So, I mean, gosh, I'm pretty damaged. But let's go for the kill. So, Concussion Dealer, 3 more damage to fire forever. Another 2. These are not really useful dice for me. But at least he is gone, and then Cuddles gets to heal 2 damage. Got a lot over here, and the double barreler is so good. Let's take it off there. Now, we still have 3 enemies, so we don't spawn anymore, but we do go through a full set of rounds again. All the dice come back. All my parts are back. Here we go. 3 or a 5. So 3 would have this guy do 1 damage to each of these. That seems kind of like a gift, so let's do that. So boom, 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 and then they drive around. Let's see. This guy and maybe blood and gas are the most dangerous. Now, he can safely fire at the concussion dealer, and it'll be okay. Whereas Blood over here, either thing he shoots at will get blown up. So let's try to deal with him. And I think a 1-2 shot will kill him, because if I do the confetti cannon, it'll do 1 damage, then 2 more to him if I use a 4. And then if I do a 2 here, it's 1 wide damage, but with the exact bonus, I get to deal +1 damage to anybody who's already hurt. So yeah, here we go. That's 3. Oh, wait, never mind. He already has 2 damage. What am I talking about? Confetti cannon kills him by itself. Boom. All right, so then Squealer and the boss are the only things I need to worry about. Squealer's got 5 and 1 defense. Gosh, what a meanie. I did just get some wreckage. I could use a 4 to have the double barreler, get him down to 2 life, and then the concussion dealer would be an exact hit. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to discard one of my 4 scrap cards to activate double barreler, do 3 damage to this guy after his armor. And then, what was it? I guess I'll just use the 6 and overpay here to do the 3 damage effect. -1 for the armor is an exact, again, kill. And even though this has 2 dice, I can still just use it for a single 6 activation later on. I can still use one white die, but they're low values, and I want to get some repairing going on, or just blast this guy to death, and I don't have the dice to do it yet. So let's hold off and see what the red activation is. So this is going to have to be a boss activation, because literally the only guy that could activate already has a die on him. Nice thing about the boss, though, is you can put it like anywhere on your car. So 2 or 5, it does not matter, because you're going to re-roll it again. On the boss's little personal table here, and they all suck. 4. Actually, that's one of the best ones. Deal 2 damage to a part of your choice, ignoring all shields. Let's see, is there anything I can, like, get to be... Yes, perfect. I'm going to put on the double bailer, and then if it survives to the wreckage phase with a single 4 or 5, I can fully heal it. I like that. Ooh, but I don't like these dice I got. Yuck. Well, you know what? It's fine, I guess. Well, yeah, before I use a scrap card to blow up this guy with the double barreler, let's... just not use any dice. I can use all 3 of them next round. Try to get, again, higher values. And that looks like it'll do it. But we're going to roll for the boss attack. And it's another 4. Which is great. That's only 2 damage. Awesome. Where the heck do we put it? It's not as awesome. And not as obvious. Wow, things are hurt. Okay. We'll get this fully damaged. We're going to use all of our white dice to heal. Except for this one. Double barrel this guy with the -1 armor. We exactly kill him. Get a 3 scrap. And now we've just got these to use. And that 1 is not doing anything for us, is it? But the 6 does not... Do we have any 6 parts on the car? No. So let's heal a single damage. Yeah, this is not excellent. Although when my cuddles are going to let me heal 2. So let's get rid of the 1 damage on this. Instead, I want you to waste a die later curing it. That'll be from the 6. And then I'll just say I waste that 1, and cuddles lets me repair 2 more. And let's get my other flamethrower back almost healed. And then I'll use some of my scrap and some of my dice during the next wreckage phase to at least get 2, if not all 3 of these fixed. What do I need? 3s, 4s, 5s, and 4s. Those are kind of the key numbers here. But we successfully survived round 1. Going into round 2, we're going to get 6 wreckage cards, and then we're going to have 7 dudes popping up to attack us. All right, we've got a ton of scrap built up just to show you all of it, and let's see what we end up with in our initial roll. Okay, 3 of a kind with those 5s. That seems nice. We got 4s and 5s for the repairs we need to do. Although we can also use some of our scrap for that. Any of these looking awesome? Ooh, the Peacemaker does 2 separate 1 damage attacks. They have to be different targets, but they could become 2, but it's only activated on a 3. None of these activate on a 6, which is a bummer, because I didn't have any 6s. Although, again, a 6 can activate anything. You just don't get the bonus. Safety Cannon, that's kind of terrible. I don't think I need to save dice that much. Ooh, sharing is caring. The steering wheel lets you move any car to any other side, 2 repair, and a 2 damage attack. That's pretty great. And I only have 2 things that activate with 5s, but I don't have a ton of 5s yet. Let's say I just need 3 of any type. Is that what that means? That seems great. I could also upgrade my other flamethrower with like the 3 5s for 15. Or the flame trail. Ooh, this would be a major change. Right now, this one does 1 or 2 area damage, and it would become 2 straight-up damage with +1 damage for each enemy in the section, but I already have a lot of straight-up damage. I don't think I want to actually change that one. This one is 4 of a kind. It changes the fireball-o-matic. It does 3 damage. Ooh, to 4 damage. That's not bad. You know, in all honesty, let's grab the 2 of these, the 4 and the 5, and use them to exactly match our 2 most banged-up parts. So those are fully repaired. Yay. And I think the only part I might want to get is the sharing is caring. Then I want to get a 3. So let's discard some things. I'm going to try to get the 3 I need to perfectly repair my other part. I got a red 3. Let's take the chance. So I perfectly repair this. And we hope for that 1 to 3, 4. Deal 1 damage to a part of my choice. That's totally fine. In fact, what the heck? Let's put it on my other flamethrower, and then we can just repair that with another die. Yeah, you know what? Let's use 3 random dice, including 1 red, to get that sharing is caring. We roll the red, and that is again 1 damage. Perfect. We're going to put on my other flamethrower. We'll put sharing is caring. I guess I don't have a lot of direct damage up here, so let's put it right there. And again, 1 damage to my other flamethrower, but one of my 2 dice left is a 2, so boom. No damage going into the next run. Love that. And our car is almost filled up with parts if we haven't upgraded any of our original ones, but that's okay. So I'm not going to spend this final 5 because I don't really have anything to do with it, and I don't want to have the chance of the enemies doing something to me. That takes us into run 2, and next time it'll be with the boss. We got 1 guy in the back, 2, okay, no extra spawns here, 2 over here, 2 in the front. Add a new enemy to the rear section. So we are going to have 2 all around. And what numbers are the worst? We got 2 3s, only a single 1, only a single 2, 3 5s, 1 4, and then 6 would have to be the boss. Well, ain't that fun? Here we go. We got a 3 or a 4. Darn it. Oh, actually, no, 4. 4 is okay. 3 would have been a double activation. This guy's doing 3 damage. And my other flamethrower, you soak up damage, and he drives to the back. Yeah, I think I might want to, gosh, there's so many 5s. If I can like kill this tougher 3, that would give me some more options. Let's try to do that first. He only has 5 life, so I mean, gosh, to exactly kill him is a little bit tough. I guess I could do like Concussion Dealer and then Double Barreler and just pick the weaker option. Oh, no, if I do Concussion Dealer and then the perfect Flame Trail, that'll do 2 to all of them. And it will get through. No, this guy's got 2 shields. Jeez. Ooh, but 1 Double Barreler will blast him out of existence. I like that. Although I kind of want to keep him around for a moment, because if I roll a 3 red die like I did here, just 2 damage is like nothing. So the question is, do I want to use like 3 scraps so I don't fill in the spot there? Nah, I don't think I'll need the Concussion Dealer a ton more. So let's do that. I'll do 3 damage to the Waster Warrior. And then I can reroll 1 die. I don't know. Let's reroll this 1. And okay, it's another 3. Now I want to do Flame Trail. Boom. That is 2 to everybody, which actually just means 1 to that guy and 2 to defeat him. There we go. Another 3. Oh, and it was another 3, which actually makes me feel now I should have maybe done the Concussion Dealer with just a card. Oh well. I could activate 1 more part, but let's hold off. I'm not really feeling any of the danger yet. 1, 2, or 3 on red are all fairly safe for me. I mean, they aren't great, but 5 is terrible. So if we want to get like a double 5, that would be the end. Nope, we got some 2s. Okay. And actually, I don't love this. 2 for pain. He's going to do 2 damage to 2 different parts. And yeah, 2 would finish off the flamethrower, so let's avoid that and let it go like that. And he's still ready to shoot again later. Oh, wait, that is not at all the die I meant to put there. There we go, 2. And I've got 4/1/1. Yuck. Although, ooh, I can totally kill the 2 for pain, can't I? If I use my 4 scrap, then yes, I could activate the Fireball-O-Matic, deal 3 damage, then keep a die if I want to. I don't know if I do. But 3 damage on this guy, I like that. And you know what? I will keep the 2 from last time. I know he'll be dead. That'll mean the boss will activate. But that's way better than the 1 in 5 chance of rolling a 5 and triple activating these guys. And then I'll actually activate the Fireball-O-Matic to finish this guy off. I will not keep another die. I just looked. I have 3 of a kind of 2 scraps. So that means a single 1 scrap die for 2, because the 2 values aren't that great otherwise. Will get me the upgrade for my 1 really good part. So we'll try for that next time. But it's neither here nor there. We're going to roll our last one. No, that's right. We're not rolling this. We're just activating the boss. And 4, I think it was his weakest one, right? Yeah, 2 damage to a part. Awesome. Jeez, there's a lot of people over there. Only 1 guy here, and he's not too strong. So then Flame Trailer is kind of by, yeah, let's do that one. All right, but we do have to re-roll the white dice. 1 and a 6. Okay, and then we'll get to repair 2. I do want to start pruning some of these 5s. Although, well, yeah, this one's not great because he hits everything. Those guys are only 2s. That's not too bad. Let's try to kill this guy for 6. So I discard this 6 scrap to activate the Double Barreler once, do 4 damage to him, and then use this again. So I'm not getting the plus or minus 1 die bonus either time, but that'll do exactly 2 damage and get this guy gone. What do I do with the 1? I guess I could ram. I forgot about ramming. Although the only correctly placed ram I have is a Flame Trail, which would do 1 damage, which would do nothing because these guys each have armor. I could then move them around, but I don't necessarily mind them being where they are. So I guess I just kind of scrap the 1. Yeah. Then I do get to repair 2. I get to repair 2. I mean, this side sucks. So let's fully repair. Sharing is caring. Oh, I forgot about that one. That can heal something. All right, it's certainly way more than 1 person. It's certainly way more than 2 people left, so we're going to go another round. Yeah, 5s are still a little bit worse. 1, 3, 4, not too bad. Okay, so we're going to pick one of those. 3 would do only 2 damage. Let's do that. And they can attack the Double Barreler with 5 life. Then they are moseying around. And now I still want to take out one of these 5s. So I have a 3 in my scrap. Let's activate the Concussion Dealer. I guess the Fireball-O-Matic would work just as well. But yeah, let's... Well, yeah, actually, you know what? Let's not use any scrap yet, because I don't think we need to. Let's just use some of these higher value dice. I don't really care about the other benefits. To do 3 and then 3 again. Wait, oh, that would not be enough, would it, with the armor? Because it would only be 2 damage getting through each time. Darn it. Man, armor is really rough in this game sometimes. Could do 1, 2, and then also activate the Flamethrower, which if I did the exact 2 or 3... yeah, this sucks. So I'll exactly activate my other Flamethrower with this. Or no, yeah, okay. So that'll do 2 damage getting through the armor, 2 damage getting through the armor, and this one will be 1 damage plus 1 more from the Flamethrower. That'll kill this guy, and then I can keep a die. Do I want to? let's see if I kept the 4 or the 5. The 4 is 3 damage, but the 5 is only 2 damage, and I can take it. So sure, let's say that I keep the 5 with that effect. And I still have, I could activate one more thing, but nah, let's roll it for now. Okay, so I got another 4, but yeah, I'd rather do the 5. Means this guy's gonna hit me for 2. Put on the double barreler, and then he'll roll around. Both these guys have a ton of armor. They're not really in the good spot for me to do anything about that. Best weapon is right down here. I could, again, still one-shot. Oh, that guy got 1 damage on him? Oh, this is the guy I could one-shot. I don't want to let him get away, do I? Yeah, let's spend a 5 scrap here to do 4 damage. And I will finish off this nuclear trucker exactly 2 armor and 2 life, so he's gone. And let's get to increase or decrease a die by 1. I think I'm going to do this down to a 5. And actually put it on sharing is caring. So I can heal for 2. Maybe fully heal up the confetti cannon. I can drive somebody to a different spot. Let's get this guy down here to shoot out with my double barreler. And I can also do a 2 damage shot, so I'll hit that guy for 1. That's getting through his armor with 1, I mean. Okay, and then we'll go into our last turn, see if we can roll better white values. A 3. I don't have a 3. That'll be the boss. And it's a 1. Oh god, deal 4 damage to the part of my choice. That's one of the worst results. Confetti cannon. That's the only one, literally, that can take it. And I've got a 2 and a 4. Okay, the 4 is great. I can blast this guy almost out of existence. So let's do that. So 4 here. 4 damage minus the armor is 3. Oh, and if I kill him, I'm going to advance the round, which means I'll bring these 2 guys with me. Is that what I want to do? Well, either way, I can raise this die up to a 3. Oh, but I don't think I can finish this guy off. So instead, I'll use the 3 on my other flamethrower. That'll take away 2 damage. And then it's the end of the round, so I get to take away 2 more damage. Let's get it off my confetti cannon, I guess. And for better words, we have to go through a whole another set of turns with the boss shooting me probably a lot because we didn't finish enough people off. And okay, a 2 or a 5. The 5 guy only does 2 damage. There is no 2, so yeah, I'll activate him. He drives around to this side, which is probably a better place for him to be. But first he does 2 damage up here. Yeah, let's get my other flamethrower to almost perfectly destroyed. Now I want to kill some of these guys. Gosh, I rolled the worst dice results ever. Oh, actually, the concussion dealer would perfectly kill this guy because he's already got 1 damage. So the 3 damage preventing 1. Boom, got a bullet for you dead. And I can re-roll a die. Yeah, let's re-roll some of this terribleness. Really? Maybe I just let it go. Okay, see what happens. 1 or 5 will not activate the boss. Oh, it's gonna be a boss. Don't be another one that does a ton. And 3. Oh, draw an enemy card and add it to the rear section. What? New enemy. There he is. Okay. Oh, it's the exact same one that I can one-shot with my double barreler, so I don't mind that too much. It's pretty much free scrap for me. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So boom, you are dead. I got a lot of 6s. I like those. Then I'm going to use a 4 scrap on the Fireball-O-Matic to do 3 damage to this guy. After his armor, it's 2 getting through. And I can also remove a die. I'll take it off of the concussion dealer, and then I'll put a 6 on here to do another 3 damage, finish that guy off after his armor. And this guy, I just need a 3-shot, which I can't really manage, although I don't really care about getting a 1 die. So whatever. Double barreler, he's dead, and we'll just see what the boss does when they activate. Well, I guess we can hold off on that, because I'd kind of rather roll the 1 red, although it's a tiny chance. And no, it didn't happen. Okay, so the boss is attacking a 2. Deal 3 damage to a part of my choice. Yeah, there's going to be pretty much a healing turn in a second. Concussion dealer, you can take it. All right, but then, yeah, double barreler will fully destroy this guy, which is not the best result, but at least he's gone. And sorry, I wasn't really clear. By fully destroy, I mean that I didn't exactly destroy him, so I don't get to keep him as scrap. And I got a 2 left. Oh, okay, let's heal my other flamethrower for 2. And then I get to heal for 2 more. I don't know. Let's fully heal the confetti cannon, and then I'll look to heal at least 2 of these. Although, if I upgrade them, like if I make the flame trail into the upgraded version, it heals as well automatically, so that might be worth doing. All right, with that, we're going into the final round. We're going to have 2 around each side, plus the boss in the back. You can't hurt the boss while there's any other cards with him, but the second he dies, you win. So you don't have to, like, kill everybody. And we're going to get 7 wreckage cards. And yeah, the name of the game this time, I think, is going to be upgrading my existing parts and healing. And I mean, gosh, I've got all the scrap in the world. Let's put the numbers together. 3s, 2s, and 5s. Not a lot of 4s, which is another really good number for me. But again, I'm probably going to use these 3 2s to get the Fireball-O-Matic upgraded, I think. Yeah, that seems like a good call. I do also have a single spot left for parts. So if like there's something amazing, of course I could always replace a part, but I don't think I want to do that. High or low blow, it does 1 or 3. Ooh, there are some 6s. Ooh, a 6 that does 3 damage. And I need to have a 9 or better. It's actually pretty cheap. Of course, the 6 is harder to activate, but you can see I roll 6s sometimes, so I would like to get that. I would like to get that, and it wouldn't be hard. So 2 dice would get me that one. I'm going to take 2 reds. Let's see what happens. I'll put this bad boy here, and ooh, 1 through 3 does nothing. Okay, I'm not going to use that last red to not invite tragedy. Okay, now what do I need? A 2 or 3 to heal that, although I don't really care. 5, 5, 4, 3. 3, 4, 5. But first, let's do this. I've got a 2 and 3 2 cards for scrap. That'll let me upgrade my Fireball-O-Matic with 4 of a kind. So now it does 4 damage instead of 3 and gives me like some driving and stuff. Has 1 more life. All good. And I did have a 5. Let's go ahead and heal the double barreler completely. And I think I'm just going to try to get healing. So actually, the other 5 will fully heal the flame trail. So now I just want 2s and 3s. Well, actually, this 6. Well, let's go ahead and roll it. So I want to get 2s and 3s. 2s and 3s. No. Oh, sorry. Discard a card. Discard another card. We'll just keep on discarding these. That's not a 2 or a 3. Come on. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So the 3 removes all the damage from the concussion dealer, and I just realized anything 2 or higher would have removed the 1 damage from the flamethrower, but fully kitted out, 1 part upgraded, going in with a ton of 5 and 3 scrap. I'm just going to go crazy with my best 5s and 3s right off the bat, like concussion dealer and double barreler, like mad, right on the first turn, and we'll see if we can kill this guy. So 2, 2, 2, and 2. Wow, we went through the entire deck. And from where he was hiding, we got Big Fossil. He does a lot of damage on a 4 activation. By the way, you still use the boss activation, like for bonus damage if you can't place a red die. But then, 24 life. No armor, that's the good part, but don't forget, we cannot shoot him until he is by himself. How easy. Oh my gosh, this guy can be killed with a single shot from the double barreler, and then he gives me a 6. You're my boy right here. I like that guy a lot. Sorry, let me show you what I meant. He has only 4 life, no armor. And then 5 life and 1 armor, so like a double barreler, and then a concussion dealer would take him out. Let's do this, baby. But first, we do have to roll. Oh, God, like which number isn't terrible? We got 1, 2, or 4. Definitely not doing 4 for the boss, I don't think. 1 is just these guys. Oh, 1 and then a 2 attacks. That'd be 6 attack between the 2. How about 2s? How about 2s? A single 2 over here. It's not pretty, but I'll take it. Fire Forever is going to attack me for 4 damage. Stormbringer has 5 life? Sure. There you go, Stormbringer. Wasn't that like the axe Thor had in Ragnarok? Or not Ragnarok, yeah, what was it? The final one. Oh, whatever. Who cares? All right, now I just want to murderfy this boss. Yes, that is a real word, and we're using it, murderfy. So, 5 scrap for double barreler. 4 damage, goodbye, illusion with some Z's. Okay, and then. Oh, and that's right, I get a plus or minus 1 to a die. Let's get these up to those 4s to use double barreler again. Yeah. And another 5 double barreler to get this guy to get Nightmare Fuel to 3 life. And then I guess here, yep, I got a lot of 3s. Let's use a 3 to do 3 damage. Oh, that's right, I get a plus or minus 1. Let's, I don't know, make this into a 5, I guess. By the way, he's dead, and I can reroll a die. No, I like him. I don't need to reroll. All right, now how much can I blast you? Big Fossil. 3, 6, 10. If I use this for double barreler. It's a pretty good start. It's a pretty good start. Let's boom, 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 do that. Bust out the big boys at 5 damage. Huge gems. I don't know if that'll be the final product, but it's hilarious right now. And. We gotta do 14 more damage. That's a lot of damage. 4 here. It's another 4 damage to him. Blink. And 5. It's another 4 damage. So take 1 away. What's that bring him to? 18. Need 6 more. Oh, we're not gonna make it. Darn it. Okay, so 3 does 3 more damage. Should I be doing this? This might be a terrible idea. Maybe I should wait. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, that's all 3 dice I can use, and I definitely can't shoot any more of my weapons at the moment. I've only got a single 1 scrap. Not what I want to see. Not what I want to see. But it's okay. So here we go. Second turn. This guy's got 3 life left, by the way. Hopefully he doesn't drive away. 3 and 5. There are 2 3s, but no 5s, so I can use this to activate the boss. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I only have 2s. Oh, and there are definitely no 2s. I already activated the only one. So boss, attack, 6. What does that even do? It's 4 damage again. The 1 and the 6 are the worst. That's okay. I got a lot of things that can take damage. Hades' little helper. There you go. Now what do I do? Oh my gosh, this can do 2 damage to him. Okay, it's gonna do 2 damage. So he's down to, is he down to 1 life? Is he down to 1 life, game? Ooh, haha. I thought this card was useless. I mean, I could also do this with the 3, but we haven't rammed. We have not rammed. Although I'm not sure if you can ram with a card. So whatever. I think you can, but let's use the 3 because it could be any value. And I get to pick one side. And I get to pick one side, Flame Trail side. Look at that, 1 red for 1 damage. So like Big Fossil, he's coming up behind me, and I just break on the car and smash him into smithereens. And, you know, his posse, of course, just loses all hope and runs the heck out of there. Yes, that is how the game could be a little bit explosive when you're able to survive long enough to save up some scrap. So that was Wreckland Run. Big Fossils no more. Then I progress on to Chapter 2, where I would get to level up my character with permanent skill cards. I get new enemies added, new parts added, a whole separate deck where I have to like drive through a canyon. How cool is that? And we'd go from there. So yeah, that is Wreckland Run. Let's hear my thoughts on the game. All right, so first, I love the theme. Love the theme. Love building out your car, kitting it out. I think that is a ton of fun. I also think the dice placement is pretty interesting. The scrap breaks it down a little bit. Scrap is so powerful, but you can't really win the game without it. But I do feel like sometimes scrap is more important than the dice placement itself, which, you know, is okay. It does give you that feeling, as you saw at the end, of like huge turns, which is certainly tons of fun. So I'm not like saying I don't like the scrap, but as you can see, scrap sometimes kind of becomes how you win, and you almost win too quickly sometimes. So that's just something to be aware of. Something else balance-wise that I don't love is that I feel like there are too many enemies with shields. And at least in the base deck, before you add in things from other scenarios, it's about half and half. Half with shields, half without. And I feel like that overvalues the cards that I focused on that made me so strong, that do direct high damage to get past the shields, and makes a lot of cards that like have area damage or makes ramming not as valuable as it could be. So it's just a minor note. If they're still balancing things, I'm not sure if they are or not. I would love to see like shielded enemies be like a third of the deck or a quarter of the deck, so that I feel like more of the cards are viable. I feel like most games that I win, I tend to buy sort of similar cards. And it doesn't mean that I don't feel like my car is different. Even switching out the car and doing a totally different one, like instead of Hades' Chariot, is a major change in the game. And switching out your pilot, a smaller change. But yeah, I just would love if like they did rebalance the shielded enemies a little bit. Minor quibble there. Another minor balance quibble, the pilots I don't think are at all balanced against each other. Cuddles I picked because she was one of the slightly weaker ones, just 2 repair, which is the equivalent of about like 1 die that you get every full run through. And then Arson gets you 1 free ram once per entire round. Not like go through of the dice like Cuddles, but once entire round. So already Cuddles kind of comes ahead. But then you have Miller. Look at this guy. An exact match, that's when you have the exact number, deals an additional +2 single damage. I already told you how frustrating and kind of more challenging the enemies with shields are. Miller, this gets used every time he attacks. He mows down the world. And then not quite as crazy as him, but Rudder, every time he takes a ramming action, which if you take the right car, can be very often, he gets to deal 1 damage to every enemy in the back. Now again, shields can prevent that, but I've had builds with him that were super explosive. So I do feel like kind of like you get super easy mode with Miller, or kind of easy mode with Rudder, and then like Arson and Cuddles are kind of weaker. And that's okay if that's what they intend, but if they think all 4 of these are balanced and equal to each other, I think they're wrong. And I think it does kind of reduce the variety and choices you have if you want to have a consistently challenging game. But I'm complaining a bit. I do think the actual like puzzle of surviving, ramming enemies, you didn't see this much with this build, but like ramming enemies, getting different things on your car, deciding how to spend your dice to upgrade and when you want to get into your unique upgrades. I think all of that is a lot of fun. I like the kind of mix of repairing and building and fighting. Sometimes the fights drag on a little bit, like when you go through. I've had a few times where I had to go through a 3rd time because I still didn't get it down to 2 cars, but I like had a really repair heavy car. So I still won, but definitely dragged a little bit more. So sometimes a game can go a little bit longer than I feel like it should for this type of like simple solo game, but the dice puzzle continues to be interesting. The scrap is explosive. So there's a lot to like here. You know, right now with how it's currently balanced, would I put this above Warp's Edge? Heck no. Warp's Edge is like one of my top 10 solo games of all time. But I think it's really good. I like it more than Proving Grounds, for example, and I think the theme is fabulous. I love, by the way, I didn't mention this and I don't want to spoil anything, but this chapter system is so cool. You get so many like cool power-ups. You unlock new stuff, new parts. You unlock new enemies. Apparently there's an expansion I think is going to be in the Kickstarter as well. I didn't have that. But you can take like your fully kind of souped up and kitted out pilot with skills into the expansion content and go even further with like your leveling up. So I think all of that is awesome. It's kind of a unique way to do it. And the other nice thing is, like, they don't officially have rules for this that I saw, but it's incredibly easy to do one-off play where you just like pick one of these out, and all you got to do really is like pick the skill that you got from the couple of chapters before, or pick the unique part you got from a couple of chapters before. So it's really simple if you don't want to like go through this as a campaign game to just jump into whichever scenario seems most interesting to you and upgrade yourself accordingly. So yeah, a few balance concerns and some things that aren't always 100% fun with this one, but if you like dice placement, if you like the theme, if you like kind of tough tactical decisions and then getting those explosive turns where you get your combos going completely and wreck people crazily, and if you like kind of the fun complications they add as you go through the campaign and try the different scenarios and unlock stuff and level up your character, lots of great stuff to enjoy with Wreckland Run. So go check out the Kickstarter page, and hope you found this helpful. Good gaming, everyone, and I'll see you at the next stop.